Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, today I've got two knives. One in particular that's a new style. Actually, it's a smaller version of a bigger one that I had made before. The big one was that Dark Horseman that I made a while back with that walnut handle, heavy swedges on the blade. It's a big fighter pattern, but that's not for everybody. Of course, we've talked about this before, guys. Guys like big knives, so those are big sellers here. Any big knife is a big seller here, but a lot of guys don't want a big knife. Other people don't want a big knife. They want a medium size or a smaller one, or both a big knife and a small one. Which that's one of the things that I also wanted to talk about. Um, I've got a lot of new patterns coming up here, and one of them, and that was requested from a friend of mine at you know who you are out there, my UPS man. Anyhow, a friend of mine that wants a double knife set. He's quite the hunter, although I don't want to give him a big head here. He's pretty good at hunting deer every year, and he wants a skinning knife and a small detail cutting knife. Okay, and he wanted it in a two blade sheath package that he can put on his belt or put on his pack. Okay, so we're going to be doing several of those before Christmas here, and I'll have maybe one or two of those sets available. And I also have coming up here shortly is a Marine Raider Bowie knife. Okay, had a customer request one of these a while back, a copy of one that he has, and a little bit different on my variation of it. And it looks like a big old Western brand Bowie that used to be out there. They're not in business any longer. If you look up on it on the internet, you can see what it looks like. Different variations of the guard, the brass guard. Some have curved up and down, and then other ones have a ball on each side of the guard. Anyway, we're going to have a couple of those and a Teddy Roosevelt Bowie. Okay, Raider Bowie. Now that one is a little different. It's got a coffin handle on it. That one's in the works also, so stay tuned for that. And if you could too, please, if you would, please like and subscribe to my channel here. Having a lot of fun with it, gotten a lot of subscribers already, and going to be making a lot more videos, keep it on going here. So anyway, that's just wanted to get the updates out front here first, and hang on a second. It's that time of the afternoon. You know what I mean? If I don't have coffee, the headache. Okay. Plus it's raining out, so I'm trying to stay awake. All right, here it comes. Sorry to keep everybody waiting. Now this is the new medium black Dark Horseman. Okay. There it is right there. A little hard to hang on to it. Okay. This one's got an outstanding piece of tiger maple on it, on both sides of it. Just, I might have mentioned a long time ago, I was a furniture maker for decades, and I have a lot of the wood left over from the tables that I used to make and all different types of furniture. And I've incorporated the wood, of course, into my knife making. And I learned a lot back then when I was doing it about finishes and stuff, and I certainly know a lot about different kinds of woods, and I used to know how to find some really nice tiger, and that's one of them right there. I don't know if I'm ever going to have to buy any more of them again, any more of that wood, because I have so much left over. It doesn't take an awful lot of wood to put on a knife handle, so I saved all of it. Anyhow, all right, rambling today. See, now this one's got finger grooves, not quite like the one like the big the Dark Horseman, but similar. See, now these are deep grooves and they're wide, so you can get your fingers on there. You can actually get several fingers on it, but nothing too crazy. You've seen some of those knives out there that have really deep finger grooves on there, and your hand is locked right in. There's no moving around. There's no nothing. And if you do, you get a hot spot on your finger if you use it long enough. I don't like that. I like this. These are rounded over nice. And very comfortable in the hand, and just fits really good. Okay, This one also has, of course, the lanyard hole and stuff. But we've got a very pronounced swedge on there, okay, which makes for a fine detailed cutting point. But it's not a light duty knife. This is 3/16, and as you can see, I got jimping on there too. You know, you see that? See that? That's nice and rounded, right? That's a 1-inch diameter cutout right there. Okay, it fits really good in the hand. But when you do that, when you go to cut with this, you're pushing down on your thumb. We've talked about this in other videos, and it's going to slide if you don't have something there. So that's why that jimping is on there. The swedge, that just looks nice. I guess in the past it was meant to lighten up the blade a little bit or something, but I can't imagine how just a little bit would take that much weight off of a piece of steel like that. It looks good, and of course, you know, the only real advantage is it makes that point even sharper right there. But it's still, like I said, a really heavy duty knife, really rugged. And this one has got that my extreme dark. Well, I guess it's not that extreme, but it's always all my knives have an acid etched, and I have a couple other things that I use on there to darken it up. It helps with the corrosion resistance of it. Now these are carbon steel knives, and they're still going to rust if you don't take care of them. So all my knives have care instructions with them when they're shipped out, so there shouldn't be any surprises there. But that acid etching and that darkening is helps that quite a bit, and it looks pretty cool too. It makes it look like an older knife, you know. And again, this may be a 3/16 thick piece of steel, but it's still a fast knife. You can tell that it'll cut very well, especially with that sweep right there. Now hunters use these. It's kind of patterned, in all honesty, like my Frontier knife. It just has a couple different other. Of course, it has the finger grooves and, you know, the swedge and everything. But that blade is very similar to the Frontier knife, and that's an extremely popular knife here. Just seems like it fits everybody's needs. Kephart does that too, but this has got that point on it and everything. So anyway, that's the new knife pattern, and this one is spoken for, by the way. I may have, well, I don't really recommend anybody ordering. I prefer people go to my wait list, join the wait list, and request a knife you'd like to have. Now all these are pictured on my site. This one is pictured there. It's just not available to custom order other than on the wait list. So please do that if you're interested in one of these or any other knives that I have on my site, or call me at the shop. All my information is here on YouTube, and that'll link you right to my site as well too. Okay, I've got quite a backlog, and I still try to make 1-2 knives a month extra. What I do is, if I have a custom order for something, or the standard one, I make up a couple extra ones, and I offer them for sale. This way people don't have to wait so long. Usually those knives that I put up for sale are not the standard models. They're a fancier style of that particular one. It has more features on it, things like that. Consequently, they're a little more expensive as well. But anyway, just as another one here, this is one of those little compact Kepharts. Okay, we've had a video on that one before too. This is just a little guy. It's 3-inch blade. I forget how long it is. Not even 7.5 really. And it's a nice little knife. This one's sold too. They don't last very long when they're put on my site because they're so popular. But and it's pretty rugged too. It's yeah, that one's 3/16, maybe just a little under 5/32. Just a nice knife, and they're rugged, like I said, heavy duty. Anyhow, all right, I'll put that back in there. The sheaths are, if you've ever bought a knife from me, the sheaths are very tight fitting to begin with. Okay, I mentioned that in my care instructions also. They're wet formed. Okay, as you can see the whole thing around. So what I do is I wrap the knife in cellophane, some type of plastic wrap, and then I've already soaked the sheath in water. and then I form it to that that particular knife. So each one is custom fit to your that knife, and consequently it makes for a very firm retention of that thing. I probably can't even get it out right now. There it goes. Did you hear that pop there? There's this suction going on in there. Anyhow, that'll loosen up over time, but it keeps the knife in, and you know, naturally it's not going to fall out. So those are a little bit different. The Kepards have got that little bulge there. We've showed that before, so that holds it in a little bit better. These are a little bit different because there's nothing there. It's got a tapered handle, so it comes out a little bit better. But the sheath is itself is still formed and to the knife and holds it in very well. And the likelihood of this falling out, you'd have to turn upside down, stand on your head or something like that, and it's, you know, you see it's still not coming out. Okay, I guess that's about it. Thanks again for watching, and I've already asked for everybody to subscribe, so I'm not going to do that again. And I told all of you there about what the new things are coming up here shortly. So stay tuned, and thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate all the activity, all the interest in my site here. We're having a really good time, so I'm going to keep on doing it, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks again, everyone.